What is up, everybody? Thanks for joining me today on another podcast episode. I appreciate you joining us, liking us, following us, all that good stuff. It always goes a long ways to help us out. Always surprised who listens to the show, and it's very inspiring when I get a like or feedback or comment or email telling us that they checked it out and they really liked our episode. So appreciate those that actually tune in and listen. Today I bring another special guest on. I think you're going to enjoy this one. His name is Ramin Parsi. He is an owner of an engineering firm that specializes in MEP. If you don't know what that is, it's probably because maybe you're a civil engineer, but that's mechanical, electrical, and plumbing. His company works a lot with civil engineers in detailing those items, providing loads, all of that jazz to help civil engineers better construct buildings. But I thought what was interesting is his ideas and his tips on running a family-owned business. So he runs a business called Pro Engineering Consulting, and with his business, he's grown this to 60 employees doing MEP work. And so I thought it would be great to talk about how he got into this, what he started, how he started his business. Maybe you would like to start a business and that's the avenue you want to go in. So there's some tips here that I think would be valuable to anybody in this industry, but also just in general, how he interacts with civil engineers on the whole. Anyway, it's a great episode. I think you're really going to enjoy this one. So without further ado, let's turn it over to Ramin and me in our interview, and we'll get right into the details. We'll see you in a minute. Yeah. All right, Ramin, we're rocking and rolling. Thanks for joining me today on the Civil Engineering Academy podcast. I appreciate you doing this with me.
Hi, Isaac. Pleasure to be on your show. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, this is going to be exciting. I know so that you run a company called Pro Engineering Consulting, but I always kick these off kind of, wanting to know more about your background. Like, what is your background and how did you get into starting Pro Engineering Consulting?
Yeah, my background, I studied in electrical and computer engineering. I have a Bachelor of Science from University of Colorado, Boulder. And I got into electrical engineering as early on. My parents, they both had their own businesses. Mm-hmm. Mom had a doctor's office, her own doctor's practice, and my dad had his own engineering firm. He was in mechanical engineering.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so I had I'm usually inspired by what my immediate surroundings. So I had a choice, medical school or engineering. And based on just my memorizational skills, they're not the best. So it's not my strong suit. But my math was, so I weighed towards the engineering field, and I always had interest in computers as a kid, so I went into the computer and electrical field, and that's really what drove me into the field of engineering. And as I went through school, as soon as I graduated, I got accepted into a role with the government as a defense contractor, and got to dive into my computer science background, which was my interest at that time. So we did some software engineering projects with them, and from there I transitioned to more of an electrical role, working on their communications and radar systems, doing circuitry for the RF signals and security and jamming protocols that they had in the area. And from there, I wanted to, get into. I saw an opportunity to get into business with my dad, my father. He had his mechanical engineering firm, so we joined forces and created a MEP engineering firm.
MEP. Okay, so most of our audience is probably civil related, probably others. We've got mechanicals that tune into, but could you describe what MEP is for them that don't? That's not an acronym that maybe they triggers what that is, and maybe how you interact with the civil engineering world.
Sure, Isaac. Yes, MEP stands for mechanical, electrical, plumbing engineering. So we focus on the building design aspect of engineering field. So we design systems around those three trades. Mechanically, we deal with exhaust and HVAC systems. Electrically, we deal with the power systems, the lighting, everything inside of the structure that's used to get the system powered and operating. Plumbing wise, it's the different plumbing systems that we operate and we design. Sanitary waste, domestic water, natural gas, and so on and so forth.
Wow. So you're interacting with a lot. Imagine you're interacting with a lot of different parties as part of this. And do you interact much with like the civil engineering world as part of your designs too, working with them?
Yes. Yeah. So that's actually the very key part to, making a successful project, interacting with other trades. So early interaction with the civil engineer from an MEP engineer standpoint is very critical. We design everything inside of the building, but the civil engineer depends on our calculations to do their points of connection, to understand how much load we have in our systems, like sanitary stormwater, domestic water, load calculations. Those are going to help the civil engineering field determine points of connection, main system sizes, and city connection requirements, demand requirements. So so if we have those interactions early on, they can help the civil engineers. They help us figure out where things are coming from, and we can help them understand the demand, and it makes for a seamless project.
That's neat. So a lot of loading involved with all these systems that you're doing. So I'm assuming there's just a lot of interaction with these people to get a project accomplished. So that's neat. Great. I want to go back a little bit to the business. So you were working in a government role, and then you've jumped into kind of, is it a consulting role, I guess, with the company?
Yeah. So I'm the principal electrical engineer in our company. So I wear a couple different hats because I'm also a business owner, and I act as the principal electrical engineer. So from that perspective, I have to kind of separate out my roles. So I've learned to compartmentalize. From the electrical engineering standpoint, I'm in charge of the quality control. I make sure that clients' needs are met, and we're designing a project that's going to be ultimately a success. From the business ownership perspective, I'm looking at the other perspectives, which are the operations, the sales management, the overall client interactions, and overall the project success, and keeping our company as a key and vital asset to the different clients that we work with.
Oof. So you wear a lot of hats.
Yes.
What would you say are some of your biggest challenges in running your own business or running your own firm?
I would say, as a business owner, I didn't start out as a business owner. So you jump into business ownership and you're not always prepared for the role. So I would say just understanding that there's a lot more to business ownership than the technical background that we have. So really learning how to set up your business properly, that's something that a lot of us engineers it does not come naturally. So I depended on a lot of other you know, different people to help me, guide me. And I went to different seminars, training seminars, business classes to really help build that part of my personality, to, owning the team, owning the guidelines, the processes to really make everything successful. And of course, sales, which is something that, something that most engineers aren't ready to just jump into. So it's definitely a learning process. But if you think about what the ultimate goal is to every project, if you're maintaining the idea that we're trying to serve our clients and trying to make their project successful, it kind of leads to the easy sale. So that's something that really should be held close.
That's some good tips there. I'm curious, did you have to get your professional engineering license in kind of the world that you're working in?
Yes, I did. So I got my electrical professional engineering license.
Awesome.
Yeah, and my father, he has his mechanical engineering license, which allows him to practice as a mechanical and a plumbing engineer. So yeah, that's vital to the role. Just similar to civil engineering.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
very much so. I'm always curious. Like, it seems like in the civil world, it's almost like demanded that everybody get their PE license, and sometimes in mechanical, it's like not so much. Depends on what you're doing, and electrical maybe even more so. But imagine if you're owning your own business, then people are going to want you to stamp stuff. So must be a critical piece of that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you wanna really run and own the business and be able to advertise yourself as an engineer, then yes, you have to go down the line. Yeah.
Well, I'm just curious, but as a family-owned business, and it sounds like you've gone on with your dad, but your dad already had a business. Was his separate from yours, and you've started your own, and he's kind of come on, or were you able to, or have you taken over what he started, or what does that look like?
Yeah, I pretty much merged with him to begin with. So he was focusing on his mechanical engineering aspect, and he had worked side by side with other electrical firms, and they kind of integrated to have their own MEP, but it wasn't really in-house. So I saw the opportunity that, hey, look, first of all, I'd love to work with my father so I can make a father-son team.
Nice.
Spend more time with him. And then secondly, we can have everything in-house. And really, that's a great advertising perspective for clients, because they can understand the value of having a one-stop shop versus having to go to different companies to get the same product. And with our process, everything is more streamlined.
So that'll probably set you apart from other MEP firms.
Yeah. It's a lot of MEP firms, like I said, are still operating in that fashion, that it's, even though they're an MEP firm, they're two separate firms. They'll coordinate, but it's not in-house. So that definitely does set us apart. We have a process where it's very highly integrated. We take it from one step to the next, and we're making sure every step along the way, everything is in sync.
Okay. Would you have any tips or advice? Let's say there's civil engineers that want to start a family-owned business. What are just maybe some high-level tips that you would give to them if they were looking at starting something like this?
Yeah, I would say take everything. First of all, if you're working with the family, make sure everything stays professional while you're in the business. But then also, use the different advantages of being a family business to your advantage. So, for instance, having the deep interaction with each other, carry that through your business. We show when we're working together, everything is out in the open. If you use that idea and idealism to carry your business, it just really helps to get the communication down and everyone is in sync. That's really a good takeaway, whether you're a family business or not. Just keeping your communication wide open. Also, being a family business, we take that same the same interaction that we have with each other, we use it for everyone in our company as well. So when we treat everyone the same, and we try to treat everyone in our company with respect. And again, we take that also to our clients. So when a client brings a project to us, we try to think about it as our own project. So we really carry that whole mentality throughout our whole firm and our whole way of thinking.
So it sounds like there's some company culture that comes with, you establish this as a family, and that carries on no matter who the employee is and the relationships they have with customers.
Yes.
How many employees do you guys have over there?
We have about 60 employees right now.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. We have quite a few in admin, and then quite a few in actually engineering trade. So, and the one key to that is we don't realize as engineers how much is actually involved in the admin side of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you have emails coming through, you have client interactions coming through. I realized early on that you really need to, it's almost as many people to take care of your email management, your all the billing, the client interactions, information processing. There's just so much involved that's non-technical. So that's like half of my staff is actually that.
Wow.
And the other half is actually getting down into the grind, getting down into the engineering calculations, designing, and putting the plan sets together. So it's really a team effort putting it all together.
Have you guys thought about the use of AI and how that could impact or used as a tool in your industry?
Yeah. Actually, we do. I would say probably 8 hours a day. We have meetings with clients. So we're actually using different AI transcription tools. Are very useful. So we have like an hour meeting. The AI transcription will summarize that meeting into 10 bullet points, and we can share it with our entire team. We're all, it condenses all that information for us. That's one of the really big tools we use. We have there's the code website, Upcodes, which I think they have civil engineering codes as well. So it's for all the different trades.
Mm-hmm.
They have a Copilot, which you can search through their Copilot, and it will summarize anything you search. It will summarize the code for that topic or that question, and it'll even provide you with diagrams. So that's actually turned out to be a really big help for our whole company as well.
That is so cool. I'm always curious as business owners how you're thinking about implementing AI stuff, and I know with engineering especially, there's a lot of helpful tools that can help us. I don't think it's going to take over engineering right now, but it's fun to hear how AI is being implemented and tools people are using in the industry. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Ramin, is there any other tips or advice you'd give to anyone else that wanted to either start a business or family-owned situations? I'm also curious, what's been your greatest achievement in your mind What's the business that you got?
Yeah. The tips I would say are like, definitely not losing sight of, all the pieces that are involved. So, really writing down processes, writing down guidelines. That's the way you can ensure consistency in your business. And one of the other big ones is debriefing. We found out. So at the end of every single project, even if you're not a business owner, if you're just the project manager, at the end of every project, really debrief what happened, whether it's a success or not. Just go through and determine what were the key points that helped or did not help in the whole project progression, and also with any other client interaction. And for in regards to the biggest successes, I would say just staying relevant in this industry. I know there's a lot of engineering firms, but trying to catch your niche and really accelerating at what you do, that shows that anyone is successful. If any firm can stay and keep on succeeding in what they're doing, I think that's a success. And being able to provide engineering resources to different project types. We're almost into every single type of industry. We do car dealerships, we do cannabis cultivation facilities, we do office medical, we do multifamily residential, hotels, everything. So we just priding ourselves that we've done it, we have the experience, and it's just a good feeling to know that we've been able to help these projects succeed and get to the next level.
Wow. What are some of your goals for the company if you're looking towards the future?
Goals is to get, we want to become the go-to MEP engineering firm throughout the states. We're already licensed in 33 states.
Wow.
So it's just becoming that firm that can, solve any issue, getting into, based on our industry knowledge and experience, being able to help in every single project type, small or large, and just continuing to expand our reach to different states and different industries.
Wow. Good goals, man. I appreciate you jumping on, sharing us your wisdom, hearing how you interact with civil engineers, hearing about you starting this business and merging with your father and moving it forward. It sounds like you've got some great stuff planned as you continue to expand. If people want to find out more about your company or yourself, or even talk about business stuff, what's the best way for them to reach out to you, Ramin?
Definitely, Isaac. Again, I appreciate you having me on here. The best way is, I love to help people. Like that's really, I would love to see everyone get to this, to become a success in whatever they're doing. So anyone can reach out to me. I answer my phone, email. You can visit us on our website to gain a little bit more information about what we do. But anytime anyone has a question, wants to learn how to get their business to the next level, I would love to be a help on that end. So, yeah.
Sounds good. Or I guess if they're looking to get into that industry, they can reach out too. So you're growing.
Definitely.
Perfect.
Definitely.
Well, we'll make sure we link all those, your website and other information so people can find you. But appreciate you jumping on and sharing your wisdom with us. And maybe we'll see you in a future episode.
Sounds great, Isaac. Thank you again.
All right.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
All right. Take care.